Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when others revile you and persecute you and utter all kinds of evil against you falsely on my account. Rejoice and be glad, for your reward is great in heaven, for so they persecuted the prophets who were before you. These are the last two blessings that Jesus pronounced in the Sermon on the Mount, and I have combined them because they both speak about persecution. And so I think they, go together. So, you're a Christian, you're persecuted. Some of our brothers and sisters around the world are persecuted to death. They are literally risking their lives for Jesus. Now, I live in America, and the persecution is not that bad when you consider everything else that goes on in other parts of the world, the physical harm and danger that our brothers and sisters are in. Now, we do know that more persecution is coming in America towards Christians, but we aren't surprised at that, and we are ready for it because our Lord told us about it, and He strengthens us. And let me tell you, if you are on fire for God, it doesn't matter what they threaten you with. It doesn't matter what they do to you. You will stay on fire for God. Nothing will separate you from Him. So if you think, not that anyone out there is watching this who persecutes Christians, but just in case, if you think that your persecution, that your bullying, that your harm, that your threats, that anything you try to do will take us away from our God, will cause us to deny Him, we will direct you to all of our brothers and sisters from the past who literally gave their lives for the Lord. And I would also like to ask you to reconsider your persecution, because if that many people are willing to die for Jesus, maybe there's something to Jesus. So the first part of this, Jesus blesses those persecuted for righteousness' sake and promises that the kingdom of heaven belongs to them. As we're in this world, righteousness is not the way. It is not the beat that people walk to. It is not the thoughts that people entertain. It's just not in this world, naturally anyway. So the Lord promises us that our righteousness is rewarded and blessed, and that our true home is in heaven. The kingdom of heaven is ours because we are walking as those in the kingdom of heaven. Those who are part of the kingdom of heaven are righteous. They live in righteousness, and there is no sin in them. So even though you're not at home here, even though everyone here is trying to push you out, shut you up, kill you, get rid of you in any way they can, one day they'll have their wish because you will be in the kingdom of heaven, and it is your true home. So you have that to look forward to know that no matter how out of place you feel here, there is a place for you, and it is far greater than here. It is far greater than this kingdom. Now, the last blessing Jesus pronounces regarding persecution points all the focus onto Him. And so he was just talking about righteousness and how you will be persecuted for living a life of righteousness. But now He's talking about Him. When you put your faith in Him, when you have your relationship with Him, when you live your life for Him, you are blessed when those who do not believe in Him, who do not know Him, revile you, persecute you, they utter evil falsely against you. And you will have those do that. You will have people call you names. You will have people truly hate you simply because you love Jesus. But He promises that it won't be in vain. He promises that He will reward you for it. He promises that even though it doesn't feel like it, you're actually blessed for this. And He calls to mind the prophets. And He's talking of all of the prophets throughout the Old Testament that came before Him, and they prophesied about Him. And many of the prophets in the Old Testament were treated very poorly. They were persecuted. They were beaten, they were put in prison, some of them were killed because they prophesied, they preached, they urged people to live righteously and that the righteous one was coming, Jesus. So in reminding us about the prophets who were persecuted, Jesus is pointing to the fruition of their prophecy, right? When he's preaching this, he's already there. He is the righteous one they said would come, and he's saying, you see, they didn't prophesy in vain. Their persecution was not in vain. All of the things people say against them, all of the hatred, even their lives that were taken, none of it was in vain. All of it counted, all of it matters, and all of it is rewarded and blessed. Because ultimately, Jesus is coming. Jesus is coming. And when you choose to sacrifice comfort, whether that be physical comfort or social comfort, in which someone, accepts you or doesn't, simply because of Jesus, you are blessed. And none of the promises Jesus made fall to the ground. None of them go without fruition. They all come to pass. And we're waiting for him. We know he's coming. We believe his word. And we know that the persecution is all worth it. Again, if anyone's watching and you're being persecuted, stay strong, my friend. It is worth it. Jesus sees you. He loves you. He's going to reward you. It is all going to be worth it. Any temporary pain, any temporary discomfort, physical or social, that you endure here, you won't even consider when you come into your reward, because the reward is that great. And so, to surmise, a Christian is poor in spirit. A Christian mourns the world around them, mourns the evilness, mourns the darkness and the bad. A Christian is meek in their strength. A Christian is hungry and thirsty for righteousness. A Christian is merciful towards those undeserving and deserving. A Christian is a peacemaker, a son of God. A Christian is pure in heart. A Christian's life is for righteousness. A Christian serves Jesus, leans on Jesus, and loves Jesus with everything in them. A Christian is persecuted. The world looks at us like we're crazy. And in spite of all that, we don't care. We know that what we are living, what we have chosen, what we believe is far greater than this world, than anything this world could give, than any accolades, affirmation, or attention people could give us. We live this life that looks backwards to the world because we know that our Lord is coming, that our Lord is watching, that our Lord has promised us life eternal in peace and harmony and tranquility with him. We walk about our lives ready to love everyone we see because of the love that's been poured out on us. A Christian is a model of Christ and draws people to Christ. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little series, and I just want to say congratulations, you're a Christian. I'm happy for you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.